Hey LinkedIn, I want to start by talking about a post that I did last year around questioning, more specifically framing questions. As you probably heard me say many times, discovery or questioning for me is the most important part of the sales process. It's where we truly understand the customer, their needs, their priorities, their goals, their objectives, or even the opportunities that are available to them. And then we match our product against what we find in that discovery stage or through that discovery process. Now, what I want to talk about is something called framing. It's a really simple way of making the customer feel comfortable about the question that you're asking. More importantly, feel the need to answer that question for you. It's a very simple linguistic mechanism. What we do is we put a little piece of preamble at the beginning of that question to basically de-risk it. So if we were going to ask a customer about their budgets, or we were going to ask them about a particular priority this year, we can just use a bit of framing. So this is what it sounds like without framing. So what are you trying to achieve this year? It can be quite direct and quite intrusive. But by putting this little bit of framing in there, it makes the customer feel more comfortable. It sounds a little like this. So this might require a bit of thought, this question, but I think it's important to ask, what are the key overarching business objectives for your organization for 2021? Or if you wanted to learn about budgets, again, it's one of the hard ones to answer because we're asking them about how much money they've got, which can be quite tricky and quite intrusive. When we just say, "What's your budget for this year?" Again, it's very intrusive. But when we add a little piece of framing in there, it becomes a little bit more de-risked. So here's an example. This might be a difficult question for you to answer, and it probably comes across as being quite salesy, but it's an important question for me to learn at this stage. When it comes to products like XYZ and XYZ, how much budget has the organization put aside to solve this problem? Now, as you can tell, by putting that in there, you should put the customers at ease. More importantly, make it sound a bit more conversational, as well as adding a bit of credibility to yourself as well. Give it a go. Let me know how you get on, sharing your success stories or any challenges that you've had along the way. Thank you very much.